Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. The Congress presidential race continues. Competitors changed, participants changed, but the race continues. Shashi Tharoor remains. There is now, instead of Gehlot, we have Mallikarjun Kharge. Okay. Now let us do a comparison between Shashi Tharoor and Mallikarjun Kharge. That is the topic of today. But let us also talk about this election. Let us also talk about what is Congress trying to get out of this election. That's my topic for the day. Let's get right into the show. Firstly, before I get into the topic, I believe it is indeed sad that such an election drama for the President of Congress is going on, especially in a time where another man is trying to do a Bharat Jodo Yatra. You see, please understand this. Bharat Jodo Yatra was a campaign to build the imagery of Congress and possibly an effort to connect with the common voters, common people of India. That was the objective of Bharat Jodo Yatra, which started off from Kerala. That was headed by Rahul Gandhi. Lo behold, it was actually picking up a lot of steam. It was actually picking up a lot of popularity. It was getting media mentions. He was almost, that is Rahul Gandhi, was almost in the front page of most of the media. So it was actually getting good mileage for Congress. And amidst all this came this presidential election, and amidst all this came this resignation in Rajasthan, and amidst all this came the ambition of Ashok Gehlot, and amidst all this came Kharge as the competition, and amidst all this came Tharoor and Kharge competition, and so on and so forth. So what would have otherwise been a positive run for Congress for the next whatever months almost got marred with their own activity, which is their presidential election. That's the first point I want to make before I get into the topic. Okay, now let's talk about these two candidates, Shashi Tharoor and Mallikarjun Kharge. Okay, now let's give a background about Shashi Tharoor. I have done this before with Gehlot. Now again I will give you, because it has to be fair, because I am also going to talk about Mallikarjun Kharge. Born in 1956, educated in Britain, educated in India, educated in United States, so he had education all over the world. Got his PhD in 1978, was the Under Secretary General to Kofi Annan, which is a very important post. 3 times MP from Trivandrum, Kerala. So has a fairly good international track record. In fact, a very strong administrative driven track record. He was the Minister of State for External Affairs during UPA regime. He was Minister of State for Human Resources. So Shashi Tharoor undisputedly has got a fantastic track record as far as administration and management is concerned. So that's Shashi Tharoor. Mallikarjun Kharge, phenomenally experienced, 9 times MLA from 1972 to 2009, Karnataka Home Minister 1999 to 2004, Karnataka Congress President 2005 to 2009, Legislative Party Leader 1996 to 1999, 2008 to 2009, Lok Sabha MP from 2009 to 2014, Rajya Sabha MP. 2019 was the first time that Mallikarjun Kharge lost the Lok Sabha election. So 2019 he lost. So he was nominated to Rajya Sabha in 2020, General Secretary AICC, CWC member 2018, Union Minister 2009 to 2014, Leader of Congress in Lok Sabha 2014 to 2019. So he has a fantastic track record. Politically, he has a fantastic track record. In fact, he was popularly called the leader who could not be defeated. That is what he was called in his constituency, in his state. So now let's look at these two leaders and let's try comparing these two leaders. As far as electoral politics is concerned, Mallikarjun takes the cake. He is far more experienced than Shashi Tharoor, has done a lot more as far as elections are concerned, then Shashi Tharoor won many elections. In fact, like I told you, he was called as a leader who has never been defeated, undefeated leader in his state. So a person who has seen lot more elections, a person who has won lot more elections. So to that extent, as far as elections concerned, marks to Mallikarjun Kharge. Now let us come to the next parameters, which are reforms. As far as reforms are concerned, Mallikarjun Kharge is going to be no different to Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi. In fact, if Mallikarjun Kharge becomes the president of Congress, which he will become, 99.999% he will become the president of Congress, Mallikarjun Kharge will be a proxy to the Gandhis. Gandhis will still remain to be the president of Congress. Mallikarjun Kharge will be just sitting in that chair. So the fact is, reforms, I don't think would be that Mallikarjun Kharge can get. That mark would go to Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor would be able to get far more better reforms in Congress than Mallikarjun Kharge. The third parameter is popularity. There is no doubt Mallikarjun Kharge joined Congress, according to him, when he was in class 7th or class 8th, and he's an 80-year-old man. So he's been in Congress for last 60 years. So obviously popularity within Congress of Mallikarjun is far, far more than what the popularity that possibly Shashi Tharoor has. So obviously he's popular. Popularity, definitely the marks would go to Mallikarjun Kharge. And finally, the perception. Like I told you before, and I tell you now, Mallikarjun Kharge winning and becoming the president of Congress will do no difference to Congress perception. No difference to Congress perception. It will just be the old wine in new bottle. That is all that it is going to be. The whole country would still know and believe that it is Gandhis who are running the Congress, and Mallikarjun Kharge is just made to sit as a proxy president in the chair. So there is no debate about it. Now, a lot of you all may also write that same thing happens in the BJP, that same thing happens in other parties. I'm sure that same things will be happening in everywhere, in every other party. That's not the point. Today we are talking Congress, so I will stick to Congress. So the point is that end of the day, perception is not going to change. So elections, tick mark to Kharge. Popularity, tick mark to Kharge. Reforms, tick mark to Shashi Tharoor. And perception change, if you want to really bring about a perception change, tick mark to Shashi Tharoor. The final point, my concluding point to this editorial is, does Congress really think that Kharge coming in as president will change the entire image? And this country will start believing, oh, it is now a new president, properly elected president. 36 of your senior leaders, including those G23 and G22 and all, and it is almost a party unanimous candidate. So you removed one person unanimously, you put another person unanimously. Where is the concept of election in all of this? The point that I am trying to make is, with all these efforts, what is Congress trying to achieve? What will Congress achieve? Will Congress achieve a perceptual change? Chances are no, they won't. So then why all this? Why all this? That's my point number 1. My point number 2, Congress needs to connect with the people of India. Till such time that Seva Dal was active, Congress was active in India. Seva Dal, one man to serve 5 houses. That is how Seva Dal used to work. Till such time that Seva Dal was relevant, Congress was relevant in India. And as Seva Dal started eroding from the Congress list, Congress priority list, Congress started eroding from this country. RSS picked up steam in this country, and as RSS grew in this country, BJP grew in this country. The point that I am trying to make through this is, till such time that you are connected to people, you are relevant. The day you lose your connection with the people and you sit in your ministerial berth and your ministerial cabins and stop talking to people, that is when you lose the connect with the people, and that is when you start losing elections. Rahul Gandhi, in one end, was actually trying to do that, to get that connect, to meet people, and to a certain extent, it was getting fantastic traction. All of this has actually moved away from the media attention, and the people's attention have moved away from that particular yatra. Like I said, I think by the end of it, it looks like Mallikarjun Kharge would be the next new president for Congress, unless and until there's a miracle and the entire Congress party and people decides to vote for Shashi Tharoor, which doesn't seems to be likely, but all the same, that's where it's all heading to, and that's the Congress election news for you. We will be in touch. I'll be back with you Monday, 10 p.m. Till then, namaskar.
To know about the latest updates on our new news app, go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.